You're watching DP World presents Going Beyond Boundaries. India have a victory after 18 days and it sends them through to the semi-finals of the Women's ODI World Cup 2025. We pick the player who stood out the most on a day when a lot of Indians stood up when it counted, when it was needed against New Zealand. Veda Krishnamurthy, thank you for your time. You will pick that player for us. This is where we pick the player who delivered on the 5 smart Ps. That's smart performance, smart perspective, smart preparation, smart possibilities, and smart partnership. And of course, we begin with the partnership, Veda, because what a partnership from a pair which is also P for prolific.
I think we are quite used to of the partnership, isn't it? The opening partnership since the last 8 months, since Pratika has debuted for India. I think they've looked very confident, and it's given that sense of relief at the dugout. There is a lot of calmness because you have, they keep telling that they're very similar, and two similar kind of cricketers when two kind of calms get together, it just kind of carries to the dugout, and I can see in the dugout there is a lot of faith, there's a lot of confidence, and I think they're just expecting them to score runs every single time, and they're delivering also. It just makes it all the more nice.
Yeah, this one was India's first ever 200 plus stand at the Women's World Cup. What stood out to you? Let's talk about the innings individually. Smriti first.
Smriti is something that what I really liked is because again, initially she took some time, and when she realized that the wicket has gotten better and she's kind of understood what is happening, she started playing her strokes, and both of them, it's just not Smriti. I think even Pratika today, they were very much in the game. They were aware of the situation, and I keep talking about smart batting, and that is something they displayed. You see this, the strokes that they played, the aerial strokes that they tried, where all in the gaps. There were no fielders at that point, so they were very much aware of where to attack, and that is what it makes so good. The risk was left very less. You kind of like enjoy batting, and you, when you're watching, it seems like there's a lot more control also in that inning. So I think there's a lot of good things that has happened.
Yeah, I mean, to end up with 340 after being 40 in 10 overs, not too often you'll see teams doing that. And for Pratika Rawal, a moment to be proud of, her first World Cup 100, but also the manner in which the area of complaint, which was her slowdown after the power play, today was just the polar opposite.
Yeah, India ended up at 40 in the first 10 overs, and post that, the next phase, 11 to 20, they ended up scoring 75. So that itself shows that she's evolving as a cricketer, very new into international cricket. So you will obviously, straight away put her in the deep end and expect her to do things, but she is also learning a lot. There's a lot of addition that is happening in her game, and she clearly is someone who's aware of what needs to be done also. If you have a batter who's evolving, who's trying to do different things, who's trying to probably get better, that is seen clearly in Pratika from day one to now. I think there is drastic changes, and her willingness to do things for the team is clearly seen. Those aerial shots that she played straight up after power play, trying to take on that mid on and mid off fielder, I think that itself was so good. It's nice to see such things happen, and I'm very happy how she's gone about the fastest, joint fastest for 1,000
Yeah.
also, and a lot of legendary names in that list. And I'm expecting that she will probably continue playing this format a lot more, and a lot more runs that we're going to see.
Especially in what we are hoping now is for the next 3 games
Yeah.
for India. So that partnership was perfection, but that India reached 340 was down to a punch called Jemmy. What a power packed answer. What a statement this knock was from Jemima Rodriguez.
Oh, definitely a statement. I mean, we've been speaking about team combination and wanting to see Jemmy at number three, and whoever at whatever time that they decided probably should send Jemmy to keep that momentum going, because the run rate kind of drops after Smriti gets out, and full credit, full marks to that person. I think a master stroke at a crucial point. It's also not easy. A lot of things are going on. It's not easy to take decisions. And for Jemmy to come in after being dropped from the previous game, there's a different pressure altogether. You obviously as long as you're thinking that you want to do for the team, you also know there is a small voice that comes around that you need to perform, you need to score runs to be relevant in this team as well. So she comes in, she's a fighter, she's shown what she's capable of, and it's so good to see Jemmy doing Jemmy things that we all know she's capable of. And I think those kind of knocks doesn't get appreciated a lot more because yes, while she's playing, everybody talks good about it, but easily forgets because it's not 100 for people to remember. But this knock, as good as 100 to me on this day.
All right, so now it's time for you to make your pick. And why do I get a feeling that you are not going for the 200s?
Yeah, like I said, hundreds are an obvious choice. They always get the credit. Nothing to take away from Pratika and Smriti. I think they've been prolific in women's cricket. I've seen for the fact that as openers, you get a lot more opportunity to score those hundreds. You're always in that position where you can convert it to 100. But these kind of knocks, being a middle order, I think it just comes very naturally, that needs to be appreciated. And like I said, though she ended up scoring 75, 76, I think it's as good as 100. So I'm going to pick Jemmy today.
I was just going to say, it takes one to know the challenges that that role offers. So thank you, Veda Krishnamurthy. Jemima Rodrigues had a point to prove, and she did so with that 76 not out. Well done also to Smriti Mandana and to Pratika Raval. India are through to the semis. This was DP World presents Going Beyond Boundaries.